All right, we're live here on Facebook Live. Hopefully some people join us and we'll kind of go from there.
What's up, Kurt Mays? A few coming in. Aunt Mary. What's up, Buzzy? Buzzy, the two-time defending match play champion in the Final Four again.
Can't be beat.
He's
impossible.
He may be the three-time champion.
Could have used him at the Ryder Cup this week.
What's up, Steve?
We're just letting things trickle in, guys. Currently, the Macon Tigers are taking a little infield and getting a little outfield work as we get ready to go here. Once we get a little bit closer, we'll announce the starting lineups and kind of go in from there. As now it looks like
we'll try to get up to about 10-15 people, and then we'll do a little pregame here.
All right, we're at 13. We'll go ahead and get started. Again, welcome to Facebook Live. And we are calling the Monroe City Softball game as they will host the Macon Tigers in a Clarence Cannon Conference matchup. This is the last home game for these seniors. It's not senior night as due to rainouts they had senior night last week, but this will be their last home game as a makeup day for a rainout against Macon.
And let's just give a shout out to those seniors right now. This is their last home game, as Michael mentioned. As he mentioned, rainouts forced this game later. They had their senior night earlier, but senior Skylar Cobble, senior Mackenzie West, senior Savannah Hetzler, and senior Rachel Smith will be your seniors playing their last home game tonight at Lions Club Field. So a lot of good memories for those girls. All four of them have pretty much started 3 or 4 years, most of them 4 years. And so a lot of good memories for them on this field, and a lot of victories too.
A lot of success as 2 years ago they were the district champions. Last year I think a 20-4 record,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, and very promising year this year as right now they are sitting at 14-3, I believe. Did have a heartbreaking loss last week against Highland that kind of squashed any chances of going undefeated in the conference, but a win today gives them a clinch of a share of the conference title, which
First one since 2000. If we clinch tonight, we were conference champions in 1999 and 2000, or at least shared conference titles those 2 years. And so a share tonight would be huge for this program, huge for these girls, and would be 18 years in the making. So, that's awesome.
That was a very good team in 2002. So, to be up with that team, I think that's pretty impressive. You want to go ahead and do the starting lineup?
Yeah, so we'll do the lineups first. And we're here at Lions Club Field. We're in center field, just to the side of center field, right center. The senior banners and the district champ banner actually is right here, right next to us. So we're just off to the side. We'd love to show you the game, but in order to keep score and do and broadcast, it's going to be impossible to show much of the game. If there's a celebration at the end for a conference championship, we'll certainly try to turn the camera around for that. So bear with any traffic noise, but we figured traffic noise, being out here by ourselves, would be a little bit better than all the kids running around back behind home plate. And so for Macon, the Macon Tigerettes tonight, it was a nice ball club. We've won a lot of games this year themselves, and will be a tough matchup. But if I had to say the favorites going into this game, definitely the Lady Panthers are the favorites. And again, a win tonight clinches a share of a conference title. So,
and I think I worked in the concession stand a little bit before we started, and I believe I heard one of the Macon parents say they've only had 2 conference losses this year, if I remember correctly. So they're a good team.
Absolutely. And so we've got number 9, Jillian King. She's going to be playing center field. Number 20, Jaylee Hayes. She's going to be playing left field. Batting third, number 8, Lexi Miller. She's going to be playing shortstop. Number 11, Peyton Milburn. She's going to be playing third base. Batting fifth, number 5, Sydney Miller. She's going to be behind the plate. Number 7, Kate Hawkins. She's going to be the first baseman. Number 12, Katie Hackman. She's going to be your right fielder. Number 14, Anna Howe is going to be your second baseman. And then batting ninth is a designated player. Now remember, in high school softball, you can designate someone to bat in any position, not just your pitcher, like a designated hitter in Major League Baseball. So they can hit for anybody. So she's going to be hitting number 30, Alexis Lorenzo. She will not be playing in the field. And then the flex player, the player that plays in the field but does not bat, is going to be number 6, JC Johnson, and she's actually going to be the pitcher. How about the Lady Panthers, Michael?
All right, for the Lady Panthers, just one thing on Macon. I looked, and only 2 seniors on that ball club, so team that's probably up and coming in the conference. For the Lady Panthers, leading off, number 8, the pitcher, Mackenzie West. Batting second, number 9, the junior second baseman, Lauren Youngblood. Batting third, the senior shortstops, number 3, Skylar Cobble. Batting fourth, the senior catcher, number 14, Rachel Smith. Batting fifth, the sophomore third baseman, number 10, Bailey Hayes. Batting sixth, the sophomore center fielder, number 6, Riley Quinn. Batting seventh, the junior first baseman, number 19, Danielle Fonner. The batting eighth, the designated hitter, senior number 2, Madeline Meyer. Batting ninth, the freshman outfielder playing left field, number 00, Mackenzie West, and the flex,
Mackenzie Moss,
and the flex is the senior number 12, Savannah Hetzler, and she'll play right field.
And if you noticed, Lauren Youngblood's in the lineup. Her younger sister has been in the lineup for most of this year, if not all of this year, playing some outfield. Great young freshman player, is going to be a stalwart for this team moving forward after these great seniors graduate to go along with her other freshmen, Mackenzie Moss, the super softs, Riley and Bailey, and then Danielle and the juniors that'll be filling in as well. Suffered an ankle injury last week during practice, has been held out. Hopefully have her back for next week. Again, at Salisbury. Tough non-conference matchup next Monday to finish out the season. It's a nice primer as we head into districts, which will start next week. We will find out district assignments tomorrow. Coach Chen goes and meets at Palmyra. So Carly is out. Hopefully have her back for districts. And, the scary part for Panther opponents, they have a younger sister who's in 6th grade who is a stud too.
She might be. So, I hate to say it because the other 2 are good athletes. She might be the best athlete of the bunch too.
Yeah, so the Youngblood family is well represented and going to be in the Lady Panther softball. So, as we've talked about in pregame, during the football games, and at halftime of the football games, this is a very formidable lineup. We'll give you some stats here in a minute to kind of set the scene. We will take a break here in a minute for the Star Spangled Banner and respect the flag. But this lineup is so solid, and along with that, it is defensively, which is as important in baseball and softball. If you're giving up errors and you're giving extra outs, innings, those are when the big innings happen. This defense is very, very solid behind arguably one of the greatest pitchers in Monroe City history in Mackenzie West.
Yeah, I think, you start thinking about who, would be the best starting pitcher in history.
So you got Beth Hancock.
I think it's Beth Hancock. It would be the first one to come. Ashley Hayes was a good one.
Ashley Hayes, but she goes on to play at Mizzou, played other positions at Mizzou.
She's an outfielder, kind of utility player at Mizzou, but I think Beth would be the standard bearer, at least for the recent future of softball, which softball in Monroe started, I believe, in the late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah,
they were a volleyball team.
Volleyball school, yep.
And then I think it was the early 90s is when the softball team kind of came to be.
And we switched, and the conference kind of went away from volleyball. It's been a great transition for us. Not a lot of volleyball schools in the area, and of course everybody plays softball. So the national anthem's coming up, so we'll take a break for that. All right, thank you guys for letting us take that break. So, also, I think it's worth noting, too, our coaches, of course, Melissa Chin and Rick Baker. Melissa's been at the helm now for quite a few years, and the recent successes, she's guided them along the path. So our coaching staff has done a great job with these girls. And, you know, we talked about Beth Hancock, now Beth Keller. She's our middle school coach and does a great job. Brad Fimler and Lena Ogle over at Holy Rosary do a great job. Chris Cobble and Beth with our youth programs. So a lot of really great things around this softball program. And, you know, the excitement around softball for the foreseeable future is really exciting, and is going to be exciting to follow and watch over the next few years.
I mean, you got some good teams coming up. I know in the youth or the junior high tournament they had in Monroe, I know that Holy Rosary, I believe, got third. Monroe City got first in that tournament. So, you know, there's a lot of success at the younger levels there. And then with the daughter that kind of plays at the youngest level of traveling ball, I've got to see kind of all the age groups going up to the 6th grade level, and there is a lot of talent. Again, you know, we're going to lose 4 really good seniors. You got 3 of them that are going to go play Division II softball next year. So, I mean, we're losing a lot of talent, but, you know, they're not going to leave the cupboard bare. This is going to be a team that is going to challenge for conference titles, for district titles, for the foreseeable future. So, a bright future as the Panthers are now taking infield. Mackenzie West getting some warm-up pitches in, and we'll get started shortly.
So we're back here, the outfielders meeting in the mines here, and of course we're in a pink socks, pink ribbons tonight for a pink out game. The girls, we've just moved into October, so it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So shout out to all of you that have been touched by cancer in some way, shape, or form over the course of your lifetime, and especially those of you that have battled through it and fought through it. Kudos to you. Shout out to my mom. And the girls are honoring those individuals tonight with the pink ribbons and the pink socks. And we're about ready to kick off here. Jillian King up to bat for the Tigerettes.
All right, here West stepping to the mound now here. King, the center fielder, leading off for Macon, and the first pitch is swing and a foul out of play to the third base side. Let's go around the infield here for the Panthers. You have Danielle Fonner at first, Lauren Youngblood at second, Skylar Cobble at third, Bailey Hayes at third, Rachel Smith behind the plate in the outfield of Hepsler, Quinn, and Moss for the Panthers.
I wonder how many games total West has pitched to Smith. That'd be a nice number to know. It's been quite a
ground ball to third. Bays takes it and one away. 5-3 as Bailey Hayes makes a nice play on a sharp hit ground ball to the third baseman.
Bailey Hayes also plays some catcher too when we would pitch Riley or Montana Masterson, but plays a mean third base. Doesn't get a lot of action from that side because Mac throws it so hard that they don't pull a lot. That was a lefty. Actually, she didn't pull that. It was a lefty going to third base.
Pitch and just a little bit outside, ball 1. You know,
Mac is the obvious number 1 in all conference returnee, and has pretty much the whole repertoire behind her as far as pitches are concerned.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
And that's a prime example right there. That pitch, that was the good old fastball, just could not get around on it.
Right, and you know, we have some stats for Mackenzie coming into the game tonight. I didn't get a win-loss record, but I'm pretty confident that she's 10-3 coming in here. As here is the 1-1 pitch. And a little low and outside, 2-1. Comes in with a 2.28 ERA, 100 strikeouts in 90 2/3 innings, more than a strikeout an inning, and a batting average allowed of just 197.
So let's repeat that one more time, folks. 100 strikeouts this year. That is phenomenal.
That is a good pitch. And this is a little bit low. It looks like 3-1.
I guess that was low. We've got a great vantage point. You know, of course, we're good umpires too. So, and we're always going to side in the air of the Lady Panthers, just like we do on the football team. But nice pitch there for Mac. Just didn't get the call.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
They did call that other one a strike.
No, we did not get it. So that last pitch was a strike. So that's strikeout number 100 for Mackenzie West, as it brings up Lexi Miller, the shortstop, number 8, Not a whole lot of stats for Macon. I know this is a name I've heard of, and I think she's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
She hits one to the first base line and out of play off the pavilion over there.
Freshman, for they're putting a freshman in two real key positions. Typically, your best hitter is going to bat third, and one of your best athletes is going to play shortstop. So she's in two. They put the freshman in two key positions on the softball field. And so, she's played a lot of softball over the years.
The 0-1 pitch is a fly ball to center field. Quinn goes back, and she makes the play. So 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers and go into the bottom of the first. No score.
Nice play there by the sophomore Riley Quinn. Right in front, just to the right of us. Backs up about 5 feet. Gets under the ball. Routine fly ball. And nice inning there for Mac West and the Lady Panther defense. So a K and an out for Bailey and an out for Riley there, the super softs we call them as we do the pregame and at halftime when we talk about them during the football game. So, and here's the part where we can get interactive with you guys. We obviously in softball there's some downtime in between innings as the other team's pitcher warms up and they take infield. So, if you have questions, now is the time to throw them out there. We're pretty much open to talking any topic, but as a reminder, we will only acknowledge and accept anything that is positive. We will not accept or tolerate anything negative towards any players, coaches, unless you're talking about the Chicago Cubs, who we hope to lose tonight. Other than that, free game to what you guys want to talk about. So shoot our questions your way. And during action, we'll be calling the action, but in between innings, we'll do your questions.
I do know the middle school just to our west is playing a junior high game, and it looks like with 3:51 to go, looks like maybe second quarter, they lead the Clark County Indians 24-0
Wow.
over there. So middle school looking good over there at the football field, and
and the thing to remember with all of our middle school athletics is we never get all the best 11 or best 9 in softball together because we have two schools. Mm-hmm. So that's good because a lot more kids get playing time in football or softball, but we never have our best middle school teams together, which happens in high school. So here we go.
All right, here Mackenzie West will come to the plate. She's hitting .345 on the year, and she takes a ball, looks like inside .345, 4 doubles, 2 triples. The 2 triples tied for a team lead. 3 home runs lead the team, 14 RBIs, and a team high tied with Skylar Cobble with 25 runs scored. I mean,
you would never look at her and say that's a home run hitter, but she's got such quick hands and such great form, and the ball just gets out in a hurry.
And swinging a foul ball, so 1-1 or 2-1 now the count for West from the pitcher J.C. Johnson. J.C. Johnson is another freshman getting the nod in the pitching in this big conference matchup, and swinging the ground ball to first, and it will be 3 unassisted, 1 away for the Panthers.
Got the bat on the ball. And I coaching baseball previously at the high school level and softball, same deal. You want to put the ball in play. The more times you put the ball in play, the chances are good something's good's going to happen for you. So we keep getting the ball in play. We'll be fine.
Here's the pitch to Youngblood off the pitcher and to the second baseman. She's going to beat it out. Infield hit for Lauren Youngblood, who came into the game batting .481, 7 doubles, a home run, and 14 RBIs. And she adds to that .481 batting average. So
yeah, she just got up there, saw a first pitch strike, right up the middle, hard hit ball. Pitcher got a glove on it. Great speed by Lolo.
And here's the pitch to Cobble, swing and a foul ball down the third base line.
Lolo was running on that pitch, so maybe a little hit and run on, if not trying to advance her on the steal. Skylar, an excellent ball player, plays shortstop, is going to go on to Columbia College and play.
Swing and hit, and that's a base hit into left field. Youngblood will stop at second, so back-to-back hits as Cobble adds to her .379 batting average, and it'll bring up Rachel Smith.
That's a hard hit ball between short and third there for the senior Skylar Cobble. That's going to bring up fellow senior Rachel Smith, and you talk about home run power. She's put some balls over the fence in previous years. Still looking for her first one of the year this year, but maybe we're in the line of fire, so maybe we'll get one tonight.
Ball low and no run in there is 1-0, but she doesn't have the home run, but she has the team lead in doubles with 9, and she's hitting .491 coming into the game with 20 RBIs. So here's the 1-0 pitch, and again in the dirt, nice block by the catcher there.
It looks like they might be doing they're a little scared right now of Rachel, and they're not going to give her any dead red fastballs down the middle. So she's going to have to really be particular here.
And again, 3 straight balls in the dirt, and I can't imagine on 3-0 they're going to give her much to hit. And it looks like maybe they will take their chances with Bailey Hayes, who
leads us at RBIs. I
21
believe.
RBIs coming in. And it looks like a good pitch there, off-speed pitch there to get a strike 3-1.
She was taken there. Good take. Now she can look for something. I still think they're going to dabble around her and load the bases, but we'll see.
All right, here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball to short, bobbled, and everybody's safe. So an error by the shortstop, and it brings up the bases loaded with just 1 out for Bailey Hayes.
Again, you put the ball in play, good things happen. Shortstop unable to come up with that play again. That's the freshman Lexi Miller there with a hard hit ball, real hard hit ball there. Tough in between hop. And everybody's advancing. Good base running there by Lolo and Skylar. And now the team lead in RBIs. Bailey Hayes, the super soft, comes in. Third baseman made a nice play at third already tonight. And you know what they say, when you make a good play in the field, typically good things happen when you come up to hit.
304, a home run, 25 RBIs, and she swings and fouls one off the Lions Club pavilion there between the field. So 0-1 to Hayes.
And Bailey's grandpa is a fixture here when it comes to the softball and baseball community of Monroe City. Her great-grandpa, Bill Reynolds, still assists with the baseball team, and so she's hit a few balls at her day.
1-1 pitch, swing, and a little fly ball to the first baseman. And good base running by the Panthers to avoid getting doubled up, but a little soft liner taken by the first baseman. It's going to be up to Riley Quinn here with the bases loaded. Quinn.
Great base running there, because that easily could have been doubled off, but Rachel got back. Skylar stayed close to the bag, and Lolo was able to get back as well at third.
Quinn takes the ball outside low. Quinn coming in 208 average, 4 doubles, 11 RBIs, but she's probably better than that batting average. She is very talented, plays a lot of softballs. They try to pick off to the third base, and young blood in safe.
Yeah, to get that secondary lead for Lolo in order to score on a pass ball, there's not a lot of room between home and the backstop. So anything that gets away, Lolo's got to get a good secondary, which she is. She's definitely fast enough to get a good secondary lead, and another ball there to Bailey.
2-1 pitch and swing and a high pop-up. First baseman makes a nice play as they had a little miscommunication, but the first baseman is able to reach over the second baseman and make the play. So the Panthers load the bases but are unable to score, and we're going to go to the second, no score.
Yeah, 0-0, put the ball in play. No strikeouts, that's always a good thing. And, they'll continue to put the ball in play, and again, good things will eventually happen. Nice play. Could have been disastrous there for the Tigerettes as the second baseman and the first baseman collided, but the first baseman was able to make a nice play. Best comparison for Patrick Mahomes. Great question, Ricky Brandt. A lot of people, this is obviously my opinion, a lot of people are going to say Brett Favre because he's kind of the gunslinger. He throws across his body.
Aaron Rodgers for me.
And I was about to say, it's Aaron Rodgers. And here's why, is because he's more accurate than Brett Favre, especially a younger Brett Favre. Brett Favre was lucky to complete 50% of his passes as a young quarterback. He throws less interceptions than Brett Favre did, especially as a young quarterback. And even as an older quarterback, Brett Favre threw a lot of interceptions. So I think your comparison, and Aaron Rodgers can move in the pocket a lot better. Now, Mahomes uses his athleticism to not run, but he uses it to get out in space to make a throw. And that's been evident over the last few weeks.
What I see, I think Mahomes, right now at this moment, Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes clearly have the 2 best arms in the NFL right now as far as velocity on their throws. And, Brett Favre is apt in the fact of, like last night, the left-handed throw is a Brett Favre move. But Aaron Rodgers does a lot of that too. Aaron Rodgers is probably the best I've seen as far as throwing from different angles to complete passes, which is what Mahomes has shown a little bit of. But
his ability to make plays, again, he's not getting out of the pocket to run. He's getting out of the pocket to make passes, and he's doing that. So here we go. And top of the second here for the Lady Panthers.
We're looking over there, and 30 seconds left. As I know Brad just commented, but we can see the scoreboard as well. 32-0 now, Monroe City.
Nice to see the young Panthers The Little Panthers, the Youth Panthers, having a great year, 3rd and 4th with victories in 5th and 6th last Saturday over Mark Twain.
Here's the pitch to the third baseman, Milburn, and it's a ball low and in. Milburn is one of the 2 seniors in this lineup, the third baseman, number 11. And 1-0 pitch on the way here from...
Even when Mac misses, she doesn't miss by much. It's right there. Now, granted, that pitch withstanding, but most of her pitches are right around the strike zone, it makes it very tempting. That's why you have over 100 strikeouts now. It's just tempting to the batter to swing even at pitches that aren't strikes.
2-0 pitch now coming from West. She gets the sign and delivers, and it is
got to
on
be a
the
strike.
inside corner, and it is called a ball. So 3-0 now to Milburn here as hitters count coming.
The senior's definitely selective here, Milburn, in what she's looking to swing at. She's going to take here, no doubt.
Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it is right there, strike one.
So we're not getting a real strong strike signal from the umpire. So if we have a delay here, please understand that the umpire behind the plate is just the signal's not. We can't see it very well.
Off-speed pitch on 3-0. Here's a 3-1, and it is up and in. Ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Milburn, and it brings up number 5, the catcher, Sydney Miller, who is the other senior, I believe, on this Macon Tiger ball club.
Yeah, so the seniors are right here in the heart of the order, and there's a reason they are. They've played a lot of games.
All right, so corners in a little bit here on Miller, and the ball looked like it was low as umpire kind of blocking our view a little bit of the umpire.
Indicate that she was going to bunt, but this is an obvious bunt situation in high school softball. So you got Danielle and Bailey really creeping forward, and then
I know Bailey was charging on the last pitch. Let's see if she will on 1-0, and she will stay put, and the pitch is
got to be a strike, but it's not. So
yes, low and in.
We can safely say it's a tight strike zone tonight from the looks of the first couple innings.
And like Ryan said earlier, we got a pretty good look in center field. We can see pretty clearly the plate and where they are lined up, and that pitch surely looked pretty close, and swinging a miss on 2-0 as she was looking to try to drive one there and could not catch up with the fastball.
So let's see if we adjust a little defensively. She was going up there swinging, the senior. So Bailey is back, Danielle's back. So bunt defense probably not on right now.
Yeah, they are both now even with the bag where they were about 2 steps in on the 2-0 pitch. So the 2-1 pitch from West, bunt showed, and ball low, and she pulled it back, 3-1.
Great grab there by Rachel, the senior catcher, going to Missouri S&T down in Rolla. Super smart senior. Wants to be an engineer, so great play there by the seniors. Caught a lot of games over the years for the Monroe City Lady Panthers.
West stretching her arm a little bit as the 3-1 pitch coming. Not showing bunt, and it is a ball inside. Back-to-back walks as a couple really close pitches do go against West, and it brings up Kate Hawkins, number 7, the first baseman here. Hawkins is a sophomore, and she is a very tall first baseman.
They've had a Coach Hawkins that has been there for years at Macon, has helped in different varieties, and I'm thinking that she's probably a daughter of him. He's also very tall, so, and I'm thinking I saw him earlier. So, Coach's daughter, probably a smart ball player. Let's see if the bunt's
Here's
on.
The pitch, bunt is on, and it gets through, and this may score a run. They are going to run, and that is going to be a bunt hit that drives home a run, and kind of probably not the bunt she wanted to do, but it works out perfectly as she bunts right against the shift as Monroe City was running a little bit of the wheel play to defense the bunt, and it gets past West, and once it gets past West, you have Cobble going to third to cover third.
It actually got to the grass.
And it scores a run, and it's 1-0 Macon.
Yeah, she bunted it way harder than you would have wanted to, but it's like and here's another bunt.
West will make the play to first. They're going to score a run. And the play at second is
safe.
So Macon makes a 2-0 lead as The sacrifice bunt is good. 2-0 Monroe, or 2-0 Macon here, top of second, just one away.
Good play there by Mac to field the bunt, get it to Danielle. Girl from third was able to break fast, had some speed. Close play at second, but called safe. One out, runner on second.
Runner on second, one out, and it brings up Anna Howe, the second baseman. The pitch from West is right down the middle, strike one.
So the thing that you always talk about as a softball coach or baseball coach is when somebody goes up 1 or 2-0, it doesn't matter. You got to score to win. So 2 runs is nothing. You in order to win the game, you got to score at least 1, and now we got to score a few more than that.
Swing, foul ball into the Macon dugout, 0-2. Just unlucky on that first bunt. Again, that was just a hard bunt right up the middle, just a little bit to the is. Bunted hard enough that it got past West, and once it got past West, there's just no one there, as you have Lauren Youngblood, the second baseman, going to cover first. You have Skylar going to cover third base, and it leaves nothing there. And Riley Quinn, the center fielder, had to come up and get that play. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's inside 1-2.
Yeah, you never expect a bunt to go there. That's not where teams are trying to bunt. They're trying to bunt either down the third base side, more than likely, sometimes the first base side, depending on what the defensive shift is.
And it's one of those deals that if it's bunted a foot to the left and it goes to West, they're going to get the out at the plate. So, or the out at third base, one of the two. So there's the pitch, 2-2 now, as West struggling a little bit with the strike zone, and part of that is due to the fact that this is a extremely tight strike zone here, as it's 2-2 again, 2-0 Macon, runner on second, one away. Batter is Anna Howe, the second baseman. And here's the 2-2 pitch from West, and looks pretty good. I guess it misses low.
We're going to say low, I guess. So the thing about it is the strike zone's tight for both teams, which you assume it would be. It's going to put our batters in a position to just sit back and wait for that strike. And so it's
3-2 pitch popped up out of play down the first base line. So we will do it again. Again, 3-2 count, one out, making 2-0 over the Monroe City Panthers here on a couple sacrifice bunts, RBIs. Again, this inning went walk, and then a sacrifice bunt by the first baseman Hawkins scored a run, and then a sacrifice bunt by Hackman scores another run, and she went around strike 3, strikeout for West, and 2 away.
Strikeout looking there, or did they call her?
She went around.
She go around. Yep. So we don't have the backwards K there. She goes down swinging.
And it brings in Alexis Lorenzo, number 30, the designated player. Again, batting for the pitcher, like we discussed in the pregame, that high school softball, you do have the chance to bat for one of your fielders, and I have no idea where that ball missed. That looked right down the middle. I guess, again, low is what I'm assuming, but again, just tight strike zone. And, for pitchers, you really want that low strike. That's where you're going to have the most success, and that pitch is just...
She reared back on that one. That was a, hey, look, I'm going to get a call. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can. And that batter had no chance.
That was the old, for some baseball guys, Matt Reynolds, Reynolds, the old Cardinal first baseman. Some of those guys that just come up, Prince fielder, trying to swing for the fences there. And again, a big swing as she chases one out of the strike zone. 1-2, and got to think West is, after seeing those 2 swings, has got to go fastball up. And
yeah, she's gonna climb the ladder here and go fastball up, no doubt. 1-2, pitchers count, and she's a little mad at
here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and miss, blew it by her.
And great way to hang on there, Rachel Smith.
So we are through an inning and a half, and Macon strikes first. They're up 2-0. And again, anything you want to talk about, we're open here in between innings. We will plug that I did get confirmation from Helias High School today, so we will again have Facebook Live on Friday at 6 o'clock from Helias High School. And that Facebook Live will be, we'll talk about the football team, the game against South Shelby, the game upcoming against Helias, which we'll probably talk a little bit between innings. We'll talk softball, see, at that time we'll know what the districts look like, and we'll talk a little bit of that. maybe talk some Mizzou football. We don't know, but I know the majority of the conversation will be on the all-lab football defensive team. We talked the offensive team last week. We'll do the defensive team this week, and I can tell you, we've been kind of looking again. We're kind of reveal it to each other during the broadcast, but I was able to look up some all-state teams from back in from the lab years, which I believe was 83 or 4 to 2005, and extremely impressive in the kind of athletes that Monroe's turned out. So that will be the Facebook Live on Friday from Elias High School as the pitch to Danielle Fonner is a ball low.
Not a fan of your colors.
Darren, I understand, but the black and gold is where it's at. So,
we shout out Darren. Mentioned him at tight end.
No, that's Darren, Shelbina Darren.
Shelbina Darren. Oh, sorry, Darren.
Yeah.
Wrong Darren.
Yep. Thanks for joining us,
thanks
Darren.
for joining us.
Yep. So,
Danielle's up here. Danielle the junior playing first base. Plays first base when Mac's pitching. Riley will play first base when Montana Masterson pitches, and we got a walk.
And she'll take a walk. She came in batting .273 with a double and 6 RBIs. And
great at bat there for Danielle getting on.
And it will bring in Madeline Meyer, who I believe probably getting the start here for Carly Youngblood, looking to bunt. She gets the bunt down the third base line, and it goes foul.
Madeline has a couple home runs on the year. They're in JV games, but a home run's a home run. And so she's got power. Obviously, in this situation, we're looking to advance runners and put runners in scoring position. So she may not get the opportunity to show off that power. She's going to bunt again.
And it is fouled to the catcher, 0-2. Came in varsity action, is batting .200 coming into the game tonight. So, let's see what they want to do in 0-2. Again, a foul bunt is a strikeout, and she will take a ball inside. 1-2.
Good eye. Another close pitch, but we're getting the calls now, so that's a good thing. Let's see what...
the 1-2 pitch, quick work from Johnson as she pitches ball low, 2-2 is...
Got a little bit of Adam Wainwright going here.
Yeah.
She just gets it and throws it.
And throws here. Again, 2-2 pitch, swing, and this is hit deep to left, and this might go in the pool. And it is foul, and it goes against the wall by the pool. For those unfamiliar with the softball field here at Monroe City, just to the third base line is the public swimming pool, and that ball almost made it, and she chases a ball high, strike 3. Nice pitch by the freshman Johnson. And it brings up one out, and it brings in the freshman Mackenzie Moss. Mackenzie kind of struggling on the year, hitting .053, has a couple RBIs, but again, as a freshman, very good defender, and she can handle the bat. That batting average probably is not reflective of how well she can handle the bat. She takes the ball there, 2-0.
She's going to provide some speed. She gets on the bases. She's very athletic. Plays basketball, is going to play basketball for the Lady Panthers this winter, and is a ferocious defender. Good swing right there, just missed.
2-1 there. It's a good pitch from Johnson, the freshman, as one out. The key here is we got to get it around, no double play. Let's get it around for West. So that is a pop-up to the pitcher, 2 down. And it will bring in Bailey West. West, a ground ball to first in her first at bat. And, let's see, second time around, getting to look at this pitcher. Probably not a pitcher she's faced a whole lot being a freshman. And, after, being on the mound, she's kind of got a chance to see what the strike zone is. As that pitch goes to the backstop, Fonner will take second base on the wild pitch.
So we get a runner in scoring position there with Danielle. Good base running. Recognizes the pitch again. The backstop's not very far behind the catcher, so you really got to anticipate those.
And that pitch is high again, and that is quickly 2 or 3-0.
Yeah, shout out to Drew, who's taking us in from Florida. Yes, Drew, we know our faces are made for radio, but you get what you get.
Ooh, borderline.
Drew Quinn, maybe a teaser, maybe a potential defensive back for the all-lab defensive team, maybe. I think 13 interceptions his senior year, something like that.
First team All-Stater as West grounds to second and the put out away, and the Panthers go against Scoreless in the second. After 2-0 Macon.
Again, hard hit ball there, and as Michael mentioned, second time around the lineup is always, and second and third time is where you're gonna, is where you're gonna make your noise and get the most runs. So, we're gonna come back with 2, 3, and 4 in the third inning. So we just want a real quick 1, 2, 3 inning moving forward. So let's talk a little bit about how we talked about this Friday, but let's talk a little bit about how this Elias game came about. So obviously, the first time in school history, Monroe City is going to take on Elias. It's a 2-year contract. We're going to go to Elias in 2018. Elias is going to come to Monroe City in 2019. So kind of being behind the scenes last year in the position I was in, and I knew how this all came about. So we had no non-conference game.
We lost Paris.
Paris had dropped us. Louisiana switched conferences, so we needed non-conference games. We were able to lock up West Hancock pretty early in the process. As a matter of fact, we had them locked in to 2 different weeks, and they were working with us. And then eventually they had to say, hey, we've got to have you this week, and that left this week open for Elias. And literally every Class 1, 2, and 3 school in the state of Missouri was emailed or called. We had schools down south in southern Missouri that had openings that just refused to play us. We had a couple larger schools that in the area, Class 3, maybe even a Class 4 school, that we thought might take it, but they decided against it. They felt like it was a no-win situation, probably because they knew they were going to get beat. Mm-hmm. So this game comes about. Elias contacts us, Coach Leonard, and we had it. It's better than a bye week. I mean, nobody wants a bye week. Our kids don't deserve bye weeks. Here we go, Mac West, top of the third.
And top of the lineup for King, who grounded out to third base her first time upswing, and a foul ball out of play down the third base line.
That's what you want to do to start every at bat. You want to work ahead. Good job by Mac. I think she probably, being a senior, being a leader, she understands the strike zone now is going to be tight, and she's going to go right at these hitters.
Third base line, that's where the Panther contingent watches the game from, in a big crowd here for the last softball home game of the season.
Yeah, we've got most of the bleachers filled up. We've got people in chairs throughout, even out in left field, even creeping a little bit towards center field. So really nice contingent. Lady Panthers, usually a lot of the football guys come over and take in a game after practice.
Swing and foul ball down the third base line. Hard hit ball there by King. So 1 and 2 pitch coming.
And Mac's going right at him this inning. That's good to see.
Yeah. And, again, we're going to see. Let's see how the strike zone goes from here. I don't look like maybe a couple borderline pitches went against us that last inning, and I wonder if maybe that's going to open up a little bit, as later in the game tends to be when the umpires widen that out a little bit. And let's see if West can take advantage here. But 1-2 pitch, and let's see if she wants to waste one here.
See if she climbs the ladder or goes in the
pitch,
dirt.
Pitch away, and it is hit to third. Hayes going to have to make a good play, and she is safe. Beat it out. Good speed by King.
And a lefty, too.
A lefty coming out of the box, and a slow roller. Hayes made a very nice play, just unable to.
It was going to be tough, and Bailey's got a cannon of an arm. So it combination of a slow roller and a lefty batter, single, infield hit.
All right, so brings in Jaylee Hayes, number 20, the left fielder, who struck out in her first time bat. She bunts, and it's in the air, and it's going to be caught by Fonner. Nice base running by King to get back, but good pitch, good out, and
that's what you want. If they're showing bunt, you want to throw it up a little bit in the strike zone. That usually induces a pop fly. That's exactly what happened. Danielle charging on the play makes a nice catch, and a good base running there by King to get back and keep it just one out.
And it brings in Lexi Miller, ball way high.
Great play there by Rachel. This is the freshman. She
flew out to fairly deep center field.
Yeah, she definitely hit it out here. Probably about 15 feet short of the fence, but still a nice knock for the freshman shortstop.
If there was for reference, if there was a warning track, it'd have been about a foot in front of the warning track is where that ball ended up. So pretty well hit, and
looks like she's probably swinging away here, at least right now, early in the count.
2-0 count, 1 out, 2-0 Macon here, top of the third. 2-0 pitch to Miller is swing and a miss, strike one.
Pitch,
good
a little
pitch.
bit of off speed.
Got her out in front a little bit, and let's see if she's Going to play little games here, go off speed now. Let's see if they try to speed her up with the fastball.
So far, not showing bunt.
No running either from the first baseman, which, again, Rachel Smith, a great catcher, good arm. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss as she went up the ladder with the fastball, 2-2.
Nice pitch there. Way to hang on there, Rachel. The ball was tipped a little bit. And Mac, being the senior leader she is, has come right back. Rachel's a great leader, great battery mate there. They've been together for 4 years and played a lot of softball together.
2-2 pitch, high, runners going, and she is, the ball gets away as Cobble was playing in the hole and hustling to get there, and it gets right by her. Quinn, again, nice play, backing up the throw, but a stolen base for King, and a 3-2 count coming here for Miller.
Big pitch here for Mac. This will be 2 outs, and the runner is obviously in scoring position, being at second base now with the steal. Nice strong throw there by Rachel. I think she was probably going to be safe anyway. She got a good jump.
3-2 pitch, grounder to Hayes. Hayes looks the runner back. Throw, she's out. The runner does advance to third, but a nice play for Hayes and 2 away.
Nice play by Hayes there at third base. Did everything she could to keep the runner at second, but nice scoop there by the junior Danielle Fauner at first base to get the out. Runner at third, but 2 outs. Hopefully you can get out of here unscathed.
And it brings in Peyton Milburn, the third baseman. The senior walked in her first at bat and came around to score in the second inning. Runner on third, 2-0, Macon top of 3. Pitch from West is right down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, he did call it, thankfully, because if he didn't call that, we were going to be in for the long night. Thanks, Coach Leonard, for setting up the table and chairs for us. Yes, they are very comfortable, even mine.
We appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for working with us. And also, thanks to Jerry. Ooh, nice off-speed pitch. Could have been a strike.
Just a little bit high there.
Thanks to Jerry Quinn for lending us his Wi-Fi hotspot, enabling us to do the Facebook Live out here. Obviously, no Wi-Fi out here at Lions Club Field. Mac actually knocked off her the shield there, her pitching shield in her face mask, and readjusting, getting a little rising. Come back with a 1-1 count here.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch. The fastball blown right by. That looked good. You heard the pop out here. Very good pitch there. So 1-2, trying to get out of a jam here with a runner on third, 2 away. West gets to sign the wind up the pitch, and I guess it missed a little bit high. Little off-speed pitch there. Looked pretty good from our vantage point, but I guess it was high and be 2-2. 2-2 pitch, 2 out, runner on third. West stepping to the mound now. She gets her sign. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So,
nice pitch. Nice pitch there. Nice recovery. No harm, no foul there on the single by King. King with the stolen base advances as well to third, but no on the ground ball, but is able to get out of it. Mac West able to get out of it. Now, here we go. Bottom of the third. 2, 3, 4
coming up as you have Youngblood and Cobble who both singled in the first, and let's see if we can get a little bit of a rally here with the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, we had Lolo get on, and then Skylar with singles, and then Rachel with a very hard hit ball to shortstop there in the first inning was able to get on via the air. That we just weren't able to convert any runs. So let's see if those 3 can get back on base and get a little rally going here as number 6 for Macon Tigerettes, J.C. Johnson, comes back out. And again, she is a freshman pitching against this
Tell you what, I got
Lady Panther.
She's looked good so far, and I really like the fast approach.
Your fielders like that too. Your fielders stay engaged in the game, and Mac works fast too. Keeps her fielders engaged in the game. Pitchers that pitch slow, and I mean when we say slow, we're meaning take their time. They step off. They're constantly doing something.
Here is the pitch, swing, and a roller to second baseman, and that's going to be E4 as Youngblood grounds it, and it gets under the second baseman for Macon, number 14, Anna Howe. So Youngblood reaches by air, and let's see if this can be the start of a rally.
Lolo, as she's called in the hallways in Monroe City, lefty batter with a lot of speed. So
Pitch
even
from
that
Cobble's high, Youngblood's going, and she is
safe. I don't think the tag was applied. I think she's going to be safe anyway. Got under the tag, and as I was saying, she's got a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism. Ferocious defender on the Lady Panther basketball court. Really came into her own offensively at the end of the year last year as well.
By the time district came, that district championship against Clark County, probably her best offensive game. She developed a little, mid-range jump shot that I think she probably had, but seemed maybe reluctant to, take, which, understandable. You have Jada Summers, the All-Stater there, and, you have the Oakenfuss twins, so... with a lot of veterans that have that experience, sometimes the younger, underclassmen, a little bit timid offensively.
Nice at bat there for Skylar Cobble.
She was very good, and I think they're going to have to count on her to give them a little bit of offense this year. As Cobble works a walk, and it would bring up Smith here with 2 on, nobody out.
Nice at bat there by the senior, going to Columbia College. Skylar Cobble signed recently with Columbia College, an excellent softball program just down the road. So her family's going to be able to go take her in, just like Mackenzie West at Truman and Rachel Smith up the bat here down at Rolla. Their families are going to be able to take them in, which I think that's huge, for them to be able to. I saw a video, her mom, Skylar's mom tweeted of her grandma Liz coming out with the Panther flag. So that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, and they're going to be able to take in games. She's got a large contingent. I saw a lot of her nephews and nieces here at the game tonight. So really cool for those 3 seniors to be playing close to home.
As Rachel Smith just took 3 balls, and there hasn't been a pitch even remotely.
So that's
close
7
to the
straight
zone.
balls for this freshman pitcher, and she is definitely not wanting to attack these senior batters.
It's a ball high, so the bases are loaded now with nobody out. Kind of to touch on Ryan's point, the other thing, not only being close, but I think all 3 of those players are in a position where they're going to be successful at that college.
Yeah,
I think that's a good level for them, and I think all 3 will be successful at the college level.
And some potential instant playing time potentially for all 3 of them. We're obviously rooting for them to get instant playing time as freshmen, and I think they will because they're extremely hard workers. All 3 of them have put in hours upon hours in the cage, throwing.
And the other thing, is they're all 3 very good defenders, and at the college level, that is so important.
That needs to get out. Okay, good.
How to play off the dugout is. That's so important at the college level for, that probably one of the hardest things to pick up is defense. The ball's coming a little bit quicker and just positioning. You're asked to do a lot more. I think all 3 will be fine at that level. As the 0-1 pitch to Bailey Hayes is a ball 1-1.
So big at bat here, no outs. So at the very least, we need a long fly ball into the grass for a sac fly and maybe squeeze one by.
1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Again, Hayes comes in leading the team in RBIs with 21. Last at bat, she popped up to the first baseman, and here a 1-2 count, looking to protect, swing, ground ball to short. They're going home and out. It's home, and
did they call her?
We're waiting for the call. She's
definitely
there.
Out at home.
And safe at first, as it looked like. We thought maybe the first baseman came out off the bag, and that is what the call is. And it looks like the Macon coach is going to talk to the umpire. The umpire at softball, you have 2 umpires, so he has to be at the second advanced base. So with the bases loaded, he had to be between second and short because he had the calls at second and short. And they are going to appeal to the home plate umpire, which is allowed, especially with a 2-umpire unit. A lot of times they will ask and see if the second umpire saw something different, and he did not. So
still bases loaded.
So what it ends up being is a 5-2 put out, and the bases are loaded, 1 out, and it brings up Riley Quinn.
Yeah, threw Lolo out at home. Nice play there by the third baseman and the catcher. And the other sophomore here, Riley Quinn, comes in and
strike.
Strike 1. Yeah, I didn't see the signal again, but it did look like a strike.
Again, Pitch, swing, ground ball, foul down the third base line.
Just foul, but definitely foul. Nice cut there by the sophomore, Riley Quinn. So we got one out. Again, double play still in play, but we're looking for, at the very least, a long pop fly for a sac fly, if not a hit.
Pitch is through, and again, that short backstop helped a little bit. I don't know. It looked like it got through. She may have caught it underneath her, but if not, it came off the backstop really quickly. So Cobble with a lot of speed at third base, unable to advance, and here's a hit. Foul again down the third base line as she is.
So Riley's seeing it real good right now. She's seeing the pitch. She's just a little ahead. We've got athleticism all over the base paths right now. So anything hit can be anything, especially in the ground, is.
Swing, and this is going to be a base hit into right field. That's going to score one. Rachel Smith comes around third. She'll score as Bailey Hayes goes to third, and a Riley Quinn RBI single ties the game at 2. Quinn's
huge at bat there for Riley Quinn.
Quinn's 12th and 13th RBI of the year, and it comes in a crucial time here as it ties the score at 2 in the bottom of the third.
So we could clearly see that ball was going to get over the second baseman and before the right fielder. Rachel probably could see that really well too, but still great base running there by the senior and able to see it and score from second easily. Of course, Skylar from third was able to see that angle very well and score. Nice hit there by the sophomore Riley Quinn. Comes up big, ties the game 2-2.
And it brings in Danielle Bonner, and this is going to be a fly ball. Does not get to the shortstop.
It's going to be a double play.
Quinn is doubled up at first. I don't know if she was running on the play or not, but anyway, it is a 6-3 double play, but after 3, the Panthers have tied the game at 2.
Yeah, huge inning there for the Lady Panthers. I think that is going to, kind of calm the nerves a little bit, get them back in the action, and come out here for the top of the fourth. Again, a win tonight is a share of a conference championship for the Lady Panthers. It'll be their first conference championship since 2000. 1999 and 2000 were the first and only conference championships in Lady Panther history. So this would be a big win. That was a big inning to get back those 2 runs. And now I think now Mac knows the strike zone is going to be tight. She came out attacking there in the 3rd inning, and so I look for her to come out and attack again from here on out. And I think for our lineup, we've seen that pitcher now. We're going to be seeing her for, again, the 2nd and 3rd time moving forward. So I think, we put the ball in play. I'm not even sure, do we even have a strikeout we have 1 strikeout currently only. So good things to come for the lineup. Let's get a 1-2-3 out. We continue to have people come in and out. So we welcome you all that are just joining us. And hopefully, you're enjoying the Facebook Live. Unfortunately, you got to look at our faces. We'd love to be able to show you the action and film at the same time, but it's hard to broadcast and write down the score, keep stats, and all that at the same time. Let's see. Any thoughts on how overrated Notre Dame? No thoughts on how overrated. We'll get back to that question. Here we go. Mac West, top of the 4th. 2-2, right. Lady
Sydney
Panthers.
Miller, who walked in her first at bat, the number 5 hitter, the catcher. And the pitch is nice right there, strike 1. So, nice start as West has settled down a little bit since the start of the 2nd inning. She got a little, the strike zone tight. I think got a little bit frustrated, and since that point has been pretty dominant. That is fouled back, strike 2. Cody.
So Coach Cody, Leonard chimes in. He's a huge Irish fan.
What a game you got to see last week, Cody.
He was in the stands as number 8 Irish took down number 7 Stanford.
It looks like Monroe City Middle School 40-0. That's either at the end of 3rd or the end of the game there. So here is the pitch, ground ball. Nice play by Youngblood, and she makes the play as she goes to her left, makes a play, and the hole is able to keep it in front and flip it to Bonner. So a nice 4-3 put out there, and that shows how athletic she was. Not a whole lot of second basemen at this level are going to be able to make that play.
That just shows her athleticism right there. That's definitely a web gem. Nice play, Lolo. Gets the first out of the inning. Top of the 4th, 2-2, tie game.
All right, here's the pitch, swing and a foul back. So Ed, L.A. Braun was okay. I didn't get to see the game, but I did hear that the Laker game was on the preseason game.
So we'll get to you too, Coach Talton in L.A. He's finally got to root for LeBron, and I couldn't love it anymore. That was the greatest offseason move ever, just for the fact that Coach Talton has to root for LeBron.
Yep.
Another nice pitch there by Mac West.
And she is kind of cruising right now. She's ahead 0-2 to Kate Hawkins, who singled in the first in her
She
first
was the
at-bat.
one that had the bunt. It got through the defensive shift. She didn't bunt it where she wanted it. Nice pitch, Mac. Nice 1-2-3. 2 outs there.
3-pitch strikeout for West, as that is her 5th strikeout of the game so far. That puts her at 105 for the year. Came in with 100 strikeouts in 90 and 2/3 innings. So now two quick outs here in the top of the 4th, and swing and a miss, strike 1.
She is definitely on a roll right now. She definitely just said, I'm going to attack these hitters and go get them, and she's doing this just that. I think the Lady Panthers are settled in now, got a couple runs, tied the game, understand the strike zone's tight as far as the pitcher's concerned.
It's a little bit low there, 1-1.
Low.
So that low, looks like maybe the corners have been a little bit more forgiving the last 2 innings, but still not getting that low strike called. So that one missed low, and it's the 1-1 count to Hackman. Takes another pitch about the exact same spot, low again, 2-1. Hackman, in her first at bat, she was the one that got the hit.
She was the one that sacked right after the hit bunt.
The first 2 had bunted, and she was the one that had the sack bunt that just went right up the middle, bunted as hard as can be, and it gets to the outfield, scores a run there. So that was the first run, and here is the pitch, and that is a strike. So 2-2. Count coming again, no one on, 2 out, top of 4, tie game 2-2 as Macon scores 2 in the 2nd inning. Monroe City answers in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 runs of their own. And West here working on a 2-2 count to Hackman.
And
swing and a high fly ball.
And I think Bailey's got a chance.
Hayes is
nice
going to
play
make
by
the
the third
play
baseman.
in foul territory. So 1-2-3 go the Tigers, and we go to the bottom of the 4th.
That's exactly what the Lady Panthers were looking for. I think they're really settled in right now, playing good, solid softball. Just a little bit of come off a tough loss last night, and then you get a tight zone working against you, and a couple fluke bunt that goes all the way up the middle, and all of a sudden you're down 2-0. But really strong leadership from the top of the order, and we get 2 runs there back in the 3rd, and then Mac comes out and the defense with a 1-2-3 inning.
All right, so we'll kind of go through. Jeremy mentioned Notre Dame. Obviously, Notre Dame fan. Missouri first for me, Notre Dame too. The 2 teams I follow in college football, and they are definitely not overrated. Now, do I think maybe they are the 8th or whatever 7th or 6th, whatever they were this week, most talented team? I don't think so, but I think through the first 4 or 5 weeks they have the best resume or second best resume in college football, and I like what they've done. They went to made a change at quarterback, went to Book, who actually can throw the ball, unlike the previous quarterback. And their running back Jafar Armstrong was a Kansas City receiver that was Missouri, wanted to go to Missouri as here, first pitch swinging for Myers, fouled out of play, but Missouri was big on him. He chose Notre Dame as a receiver at the last minute, goes and now playing running back, and extremely explosive running back, and that offense has been very good since making the change to Book and before the Wake Forest game. And I think they have a real shot of going to the playoffs again. Maybe not the top 4 talent, but they should be favored from here on out. So
Meyer comes up swinging on her first pitch, saw a strike, ripped it, just a little foul. Now getting a little protective.
And a great score for Kara Roy with a score update. Rockies 1, Cubs 0. We love hearing that here in Monroe City. So thanks for that update. And
2-2 count, fouls it straight back. Typically when a batter fouls a pitch straight back, they're right on top of it. Means they're seeing it well. Let's see if she can put the ball in play here.
2-2 pitch, and that's going to be inside and low. I would have.
That was another one of those borderline calls that went the Lady Panthers' way. This time, guess it missed low, but nice eye there by Madeline. Full count. Good eye, good at bat
Ball
there.
high, good at bat for Meyer for the
junior.
For the junior.
She's the designated player, as we mentioned earlier. You know, in softball, you can designate a player any time. So how the freshman Mackenzie Moss, she flied out.
And bunt, and the bunt is down, and I think it hit her.
Yep.
And did they call her out of the batter's box or not is the question. If she's
Yes, they did.
She was. So very close play. It must have hit her right outside of the batter's box. So she is out, and Meyer has to go back to first.
Yeah, he called it immediately, so he definitely saw it. But we're back to the top of the lineup. Mac West 0 for 2, but has hit the ball hard both times. And off-speed pitch there to start. The at-bat does sneak in there. And 1 out for the Lady Panthers.
Pitch swing, and that is roped down the line, and it is foul. Just fouled down the third base line. And that had a double or triple written all over it as that ball was roped, line drive down the line.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Mackenzie West with 3 home runs on the year. She has power. She's got power to all fields, and she just missed that one down the third base line.
The hardest hit ball we've seen tonight. Pitch, that looks like it was low. Again, making kind of wanting the call that has not been there all night, the low strike. It is 1-2 now to West. 1 out. Runner on first here, top or bottom of 4, 2-2, and that is, I think West is lucky that she wasn't rung up there as an off-speed pitch. Misses a little bit inside it, I think.
We'll take it. Mac deserved a couple. She had some strikes that we thought.
2-2 pitch way high, and now full count, and we'll see if they start the runner here on 3-2.
Madeline Meyer, the junior, designated player at first, had a leadoff walk. Mackenzie Moss attempted to sack bunt.
Batter's interference.
Batter's interference comes out of the batter's box.
Swing and a ground ball to the pitcher, and they will just take the out at first. So Meyer advances to second, but West is put away 1-3, and 2 out brings up Lauren Youngblood, who has reached on a hit and an error this game.
Lauren Youngblood 1 for 2 on the night. Hard hit single to second batter of the game, second batter of the bottom of the first. And then the E4 last inning hard hit ball to the second baseman.
Takes the ball inside and high, 1-0.
So a base hit, Madeline with some speed there, the junior at second. Lolo, a junior as well, up to bat. A hit, the outfield's playing pretty deep. A hit is probably a run.
Pitch, and it is hit to the shortstop.
Gonna be a hit.
And it gets to center. Meyer is going to score. Youngblood going to second, and she is safe. So Youngblood with a RBI single advances to second on the throw, and the Panthers take a 3-2 lead. Youngblood, her 15th RBI of the year.
Great hit up the middle by Lolo. Good base running by both Madeline. And then Lolo recognized the fact that they were going to at least attempt to throw home. It was cut, but the speed of Lolo gets her to second.
And this is hit down the line to left field. Back over the left fielder. Youngblood's going to score easily as Cobble stops at second with an RBI double. Cobble, her 6th double of the year, 17th RBI, and the Panthers take a 4-2 lead as Cobble with her
absolute rope to left field. She went up there, she first pitch swinging, saw a strike, didn't hesitate, sends a rope over the left fielder's
one bounce
head.
Off the wall.
And then Lolo scores standing up. Skyler standing up at second. Got a little rally going here.
And it looks like maybe Bacon is going to a relief pitcher here as I see hand for Johnson. Johnson going to step out, and it looks like the new pitcher is number 17, Alexia Bettis, the sophomore. I believe is what the number here. I'm going to double check it. Yeah, it is number 17, sophomore Alexia Bettis.
And she is probably going to come in at that flex position, I would guess. I did not see any double moves.
The only person that came out was the pitcher, so she should be.
The pitcher was playing flex, and again in high school softball, the designated player bats for anybody. So they had Alexis Lorenzo batting for the pitcher. The pitcher then is considered the flex player, and then so Alexia Bettis comes in, and she'll be the flex player now, and the pitcher Again, she's a sophomore, so they've went freshman then sophomore. So, but Monroe City jumps out now to a 4-2 lead. Some big hits from the top of the order. Lauren Youngblood, Skylar Campbell with ropes, and it doesn't get any easier because here comes Rachel Smith. Right. Skylar's in scoring position there at second base.
Campbell, a nice night so far, 2 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, and she is on second base here with 2 outs as it brings in Rachel Smith, who has reached on an error and walked tonight. 0 for 1, but walked and scored a run in the third inning. Again, 4-2, Monroe City here, bottom 4.
Probably a smart move for the Macon coach. We had Amber Duncan there, the coach for the Tigerettes. We had seen him
pitch, and that is outside.
No, they called it a strike. I saw the signal.
Okay, so 0-1 pitch now to Rachel Smith as the very tight strike zone, and then a pitch outside called a strike, and that pitch is going to go outside high and away. So 1-1 now.
So a little off speed so far is all she's shown. So a little different look for the Lady Panthers.
There's the fastball, and that is popped out of play down the first base line and over near the concession stand. So 1-2 now to Smith. Again, 2 outs. Runner on second is Cobble, who had a RBI double in the previous just before the pitching change as she doubled off the wall. And that is a pitch low. Cobble will stay at second there, 2-2.
Good block there by the catcher. Skylar has to stay put. So Lolo with the big RBI this inning. Skylar with the big RBI, and Riley Quinn with 2 RBIs the previous inning.
Pitch in the dirt again, full count. Let's see.
Puts the Lady Panthers up 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th.
Let's see if they want to do, a little bit of movement here with Cobble on 3-2. Runner on second, great speed in Cobble. And here's a 3-2 pitch. She is not going. This is a fly ball to center field. Center fielder under it and makes the play. So the Panthers tack on 2, and in the bottom of the 4th take their first lead as they go to the 5th inning, leading this game 4-2.
So nice inning there for the Lady Panthers to get back on the board. So again, in the bottom of the 3rd, we have the 2 RBIs coming from sophomore Riley Quinn, scored Rachel Smith and Skylar Cobble, who had both reached on walks. And then in the bottom of the 4th, we come back, and Madeline Meyer leads off with a walk. And anytime you lead off a walk, it puts the defense on their toes immediately.
As we have a race to the out here between Moss and Quinn. I think Quinn got her by a hair.
We're going to give her the 100-meter dash award tonight. And then there in the bottom of the 4th, Lolo comes up with a big RBI. Actually single, but got to second because of great base running and the cutoff throw. And then Skylar Cobble with an absolute rope to left field wall scores Lolo and gets back, puts the lead 4-2. And Mac comes out for her 5th inning of work. 105. Thanks, we heard you, cuz. 105. Yes, 105 strikeouts of the year. Excuse me, that's 100 and I believe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, 105.
105 as bottom of the lineup coming up for Macon, as they will have Howell, Lorenzo, and then the top of the lineup, King. Howell and Lorenzo strikeout victims in the 2nd inning. King is 1 for 2 with a single
and a stolen base. Ended up stealing the base there in the 3rd inning, and eventually got to 3rd, but was did not able to score. Mac was able to get out of that. Middle school, thanks John Long, Mayor of Monroe City. Middle school wins 40-0. And I also would like to congratulate my broadcast partner here from all year, the new city attorney for the city of Monroe City. Michael does a lot of really great things for our community, is really involved in a lot of different organizations. So kudos to my broadcast partner and my cousin and really good friend. And
thank you, Ryan.
Yep. Jordan Walkup, what's up, buddy?
Here's the pitch inside.
Jordan provided a lot of feedback indirectly for the all-offensive team last week. And Jared Bixel, I saw that just logged in.
A member of the all-offense.
Yes, running back, stud. Huge catch against the Palmyra Panthers that year for a victory, too.
Yeah, and he was a youngster. He was a sophomore that year, and then, senior year All-State running back. Brad says that the middle school looked great over there. Good to hear. Again,
Mac's going right at him again. She knows the strike zone has been tight. Counts 1-1. Number 8 hitter, 14 Howe, the second baseman, who, as well as many of her teammates, is an underclassman.
And that is a good-looking pitch, strike
and
two.
It is a strike. He was slow to call it, but it was a great pitch.
Yeah, right on the outside corner. Brad saying thanks, Jared. Again, Brad, that was Brad's senior year when Jared made a big 90-yard reception for a touchdown game winner and about triple or quadruple coverage.
They're gonna appeal it. I don't think she would now. No,
she didn't.
She didn't go around, and good call there. Almost had her chasing that up the ladder fastball.
All right, 2-2 now again. Howe, a strikeout victim in the second, as West has really kind of found her groove since the bottom of the second. Or, again, Macon scores there 2 runs, a couple walks to lead off the second, and then a kind of a squirrely sack bunt RBI base hit that scored a run, and then another sack bunt scores the second run. Since that point, West has been good, and here is a 3-2 count, though, to Howe, the second baseman. Pitch is high, ball 4. So
leadoff
Macon a leadoff walk, and it will bring up Alexis Lorenzo, who walked in the second inning, and she came up ready to hit. I mean, she was swinging away trying to hit one out of the ballpark.
Yeah, she wasn't afraid to swing the bat, so I think Mac's definitely going to go right at her. They're probably going to have a bunt defense and a bunt on. So
bunt showed and pulls it away, and the pitch is a strike, I believe.
Had to have been a strike. So again, Lorenzo batting now. She's a defensive player, not playing defense tonight, just hitting. So obviously, if you're in there just for hitting, she's known to put the ball in play. See if she gets the bunt down here.
All right, so it was a strike, and here's the 0-1 pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 2. And runner is going, and she is out at second base.
What a throw by Rachel
Smith guns Howe at second base, caught stealing 2-6, and one away, and an 0-2 pitch now to Lorenzo coming.
Nice play there by the senior catcher, Rachel Smith, to her fellow senior Skylar Cobble.
And I believe that is the first, I looked at the stats, I believe that's the first caught stealing. Again, Rachel Smith, not someone that's going to be ran on a whole lot in this area. So, very nice
it's
there.
Not for lack of, or it's not for them trying, because they're not trying against her.
I wouldn't try to steal. A little bit of the Yachty effect, where, you curtail the running game just by being there. And I think Rachel's, her past success has kind of, shown that she can throw you out, and I think
anywhere. Yep.
Right. And here's the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3.
And she went right at that ninth hitter, Lorenzo. Again, that's 2 times in a row that she's went right at her, and with much success. And it's going to bring up the top of the order here, Jillian King. So the third time that Jillian's seen
King is one of the 2 Tigers that have reached by hit. So here's the pitch, swing, and it's a fly ball to left field, and it's going to go to the wall. This is going to be extra bases. She's going to stop at second. Moss, the left fielder, able to get it in quickly, but a leadoff double for King, and King a 2-hit night.
Yeah, nice night for the for number 9, the freshman, playing center field. She's shown some athleticism out here at center field too. So, runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Big at bat here. Big batter for Mac West.
Pitch is there. Strike 1, and it was. So
again, a little late sometimes with the call.
So Hayes 0 for 2. She has struck out and flew out to the first baseman. That was on a bunt, a sac bunt that just popped up to the first baseman in the third inning. So here's the pitch, swing, and this is hit to second, and Youngblood takes it on a bounce, beats it out, as Youngblood had to go a long way as she was playing in the hole towards first base there, had to come the ball over the head of West, bounces in front. Youngblood hustling there, makes it close at first, but a infield hit, and now runners on the corners, 2 out and for Lexi Miller, who is 0 for 2, but flown out to center and grounded to third.
That just went into no man's land, that ball, and it just had enough spin and different things.
And they're going to let that go again.
That's technically not a stolen base, but I'm sure statistically speaking,
it's more runners in difference there, as they're not going to throw that with the runner at third base, especially in softball where you have the short base pass of 60 feet. So you make that throw, it makes it hard to come back. And this is a fly ball to left, and it will be Moss taking it, and she makes the play.
Nice play by the freshman.
And West again out of the jam, and we will go to the bottom of the fifth. Monroe City 4, Macon 2. Again, Monroe City now just 6 outs away from a share of the conference title for the first time since the year 2000.
And we've got the new pitcher in, so we've only Rachel saw the new pitcher. She's got a little bit of off-speed action going, so not like the freshman that was pitching earlier that was throwing mainly fastballs. So we're going to have to adjust to the new pitcher. It's kind of a unique windup. She falls all the way off to third base here, to the third base side. So we're going to have to adjust.
And again, like Brian said, I think we only saw one fastball in in her short appearance. Again, she threw and it threw all off-speed pitches, and then threw the one softball that Rachel fouled off, and then Rachel eventually flew out to center field. So we got coming up this inning, we've got the 2 sophomores, Bailey Hayes, Riley Quinn, followed by the juniors, Danielle Fonner, Madeline Meyer, and then Mackenzie Moss if we get that far. So a big chance here. We scored some runs at the bottom of the lineup a couple innings ago. And fouled out of play for
our last inning, actually. Madeline came around and scored last inning. So
Bailey Hayes. Bailey is 0 for 2. She's flown out to the first baseman and reached on a fielder's choice on a play at the plate as she grounded to the third baseman. With the bases loaded, they went to the plate, and she was able to beat it out at first. So 1-1 count here, bottom 5. So, Brad, if Monroe City wins tonight, they will tie Highland for the conference title. Both will be one-loss teams in the conference. So,
and it'll be the first conference championship since 2000 again.
Pitch and swing and fouled out of play to the right side towards the baseball field.
Bailey's had a very, very, very solid, great sophomore year. Leads the team in RBIs. Plays a very solid third base. Doesn't get a lot of action there because Mac, she's not a
2-2 pitch and an all-speed pitch, and she just got a little bit ahead as she fouls it into the fence on the third base side. So
just absolutely drilled that ball, just foul.
So again, 2-2 count here, 4-2 Panthers, bottom 5. The pitch, swing, and this is roped to the shortstop. Nice play as the shortstop picks it up off the ground, just about an inch away from hitting the ground and being an infield hit, but the shortstop with a nice play. So a line out to short, 1 away.
Nice play there. That's the Lexi Miller, the freshman shortstop, also bats third.
And first pitch swinging for Quinn as she flies it to left, and nice play by the left fielder as it's just kind of a routine fly ball to left, and 2 quick outs, and it brings in Danielle Fonner, who has reached on a walk and then lined out to short in what ended up being a double play as Quinn was doubled up at first. So
and a score here on the other game that we want to follow, and that's the Highland Lady Cougars. They are actually only up 2-0 against South Shelby right now in the 5th. So if South Shelby can come back and we can hold on,
it would be a pretty big upset. South Shelby towards the bottom of the conference, but if South Shelby were to win that game, Monroe City wins it outright. This is hit well from Fonner to right fielder under it, and it dropped. Fonner going to second now, and she is safe at second. So great hustle. Running all the way as it's an error by the right fielder. As right fielder tried to make a little bit of a basket catch. Tough luck for the right fielder. I know she's beating herself up, but came up, tried to make the play. The ball comes out of the glove. Fonner reaches second, 2-base error, and it brings in Meyer, who is 0 for 1, struck out and walked. And this is hit down the line to left and foul as that was roped down the line. And
so I like the aggressiveness of the Lady Panthers this inning. They're going right up there, swinging it. They're seeing strikes and they're swinging at them. A lot of hard hit balls, and as we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
And this is a little floater foul out of play.
Good hustle there by the catcher.
You talked about Meyer hitting a couple home runs in JV ball. You could see the power as that foul ball was driven hard down the line, just foul out of play on the left side, and now it's 0-2. Let's see what happens here. Pitch is a all-speed pitch. Nice pitch from the pitcher. Good eyes. It just goes a hair high, but a great all-speed pitch to fastballs, comes back with the off speed, and here's a fastball low in the dirt, 2-2.
When Madeline had a great at bat, that last at bat, she worked it full, got the walk, and ended up scoring a big run. So the juniors come up big tonight. See if she can battle back.
Swing in the off-speed pitch, and a nice play for the catcher holding on. So
nice
Monroe will
off-speed
leave,
pitch there.
One on here as we will go to the 6th now, 4-2 Monroe City.
So, let's give a couple shout-outs to people that just joined us. We mentioned Brad Fimler earlier. Has done great things over there at Holy Rosary with the girls. Also does a lot with youth softball along with Chris Cobble and Beth Keller, Beth Hancock, married named Beth Keller. Lance Burdett chiming in here from St. Louis. Had him speak at the academic banquet a few years ago. Just knocked it out of the park. Great alumni of Monroe. Does great things. So
Mizzou
shout out to those
well,
guys. Mizzou, huge Mizzou fan, Cardinal fan, and now checking in to check out his Lady Panthers. And looks like Quinn is going to win the race again versus Savannah Hetzler this time in the race for the outfield.
Quinn now 2-0 against both the outfielders here. So
Mac's going to come out for the 6th. And, a lot on the line for the Lady Panthers. These next 6 outs are going to be huge. Chance for the share. We're keeping an eye on that Highland score. At least a share with the win tonight of the conference title, first one since 2000.
And again, we mentioned it earlier, haven't mentioned again, the last home game for these 4 seniors that have seen a lot of action, had a lot of success, district champions in 2016, last year a 20-win season. This year, 14-3 coming in, and they have a game next week against Salisbury plus districts, and I would guess they're probably looking at the 2 seed in district if I had to guess. Possibly number 1, Highland in that district. Highland, the win last night probably gets them the number 1 seed, but we'll find out Wednesday. But Monroe City, I would have to guess, is at least 1 or 2 in that district.
Shout out to Luke Hayes, former schoolmate, senior when I was a freshman. Luke's a good dude, doing a lot of good things. Travels the world. Follow him on Twitter. It's fun to follow him on Twitter because you never know where Luke's going to be in a given week. So thanks for listening in. And districts are hosted next week by Palmyra. So, it's going to be over there in a the environment over there at Palmyra is really tight. It's a lot tighter surroundings than it is here in Monroe. But our girls are used to that. They played in some big venues, had that huge district championship 2 years ago with a lot of these girls as a catalyst.
All right, and the pitch is low there. 2-1 here for Peyton Milburn. Milburn, the senior, has walked and scored and struck out in her first 2 at-bats, and she has a 2-1 count now for coming up here. Top of 6, 4-2 Monroe City. The pitch from West is a swing and a miss, strike 2, 2-2.
Nice pitch there by McKenzie to come back. She's going right at him now. Good to see. 2
runs on 4 hits for Macon in the 5 innings, and 6 Ks, I believe, for West. And that pitch is high, full count. So Milburn has worked the count. She's
been selective from her very first at bat. She's really been selective on what she's looking for. It paid dividends with her first at bat with the walk. And she's one of the 2 seniors on the Macon team, so she knows a walk here is big to lead off the game.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck her out. So she strikes out Milburn for the 2nd time. And
nice.
Strikeout number 7 for West thus far. Is it 5?
It's
number 7.
And for Mackenzie there, that was not very many hitters in the whole area are going to swing and hit that pitch. It was just zooming fast. Huge
up
pitch.
The ladder. Fastballs are tough to reach anyway, but a fastball up in the zone is even harder. So again, it's 1-0 as the pitch was low to Sydney Miller, who has walked and grounded out to second. Walked in the 2nd inning and scored a run, and then grounded out to second on a very nice play where Youngblood went deep in the first base hole, and was able to make the play. So
and again, the Lady Panthers are rocking the pink ribbons and the pink socks tonight. It's their pink out game. Wanted to show some love for Breast Cancer Awareness Month,
and that's right down the middle, strike 2. So
they're all decked out, and it's good to see them supporting it. Monroe City, folks, I've said it for years as the high school principal, is full of amazing kids that walk the hallways every day. The softball team's full of amazing young people. Our world is
ground
a
ball
nice play.
to West. West makes the play
Nice
easily.
play.
1-3-2 quick outs here in the sixth, and it brings in Hawkins, who has singled on a bunt single and struck out in her 2 at-bats.
So again, finishing that thought, just great kids, and they decided they wanted to show some awareness. So kudos to them for doing that, and a big play there by Mac West over to Daniel Fauner for the out, 2 outs.
I think, as here's the pitch, and it's a ball low. But, and it goes beyond the basketball kids. I mean, football, and sports is where I get to see them most, and I know quite a few of them outside of, out that are not sports players. But I do want to credit the athletes here for our high school, especially with the successes. This is going to be a
good play,
line out to Youngblood. So L4 there is a quick 1-2-3 inning, but what I am impressed with is with the success they've had, and with that success, you're going to have the young kids in the community are going to look up to the softball players, the football players, the basketball players anyway, but especially that gets up the notch with the success they've had and just how well they interact with the kids. I know, last week at the football game, I know my son Drew was able to take pictures with, Blake and Lance and Kaylin and, Cannon and Zach, and, you don't necessarily realize it as, and maybe I think these kids haven't grasped a little bit of they're heroes to these kids, and how well they treat them is just, it speaks to the kind of kids they are, it speaks to their parents, and it's just great to see, and you see it with the softball kids, you see it with the basketball guys. I mean, just how well they interact with the youth, and it just is so uplifting to these kids to be able to take pictures, and, it may not seem like much to the high school kids, but it certainly is to the young guys. I can remember, taking pictures when we were young with, going and watching Michael and Scotty and Michael Washington, Andre, and then as he got older, Tommy Jackson, and then, the Drew Quinns of the world. And, as a kid, we got to experience that success, and I know the 96 team was, your team was very good at that. We tried to as well. I mean, it's just nice to see in this area. So
yeah, kudos to our kids, our student athletes. You guys are doing a great job. You represent Monroe City very well. Couldn't be more proud of the way that our Lady Panthers have represented Monroe City this year on the diamond, and then our football team on the football field, and I know moving forward our basketball teams, baseball teams, track teams, golf teams, etc. So kudos.
One pitch as Moss hits one down the line and left. This may drop. Nice running catch by the left fielder. So Moss robbed of a base hit, as that was a little line drive that was
nice
fading down the line. Good hustle by the third baseman to make the play. And Brad,
nice.
Like we said, just great kids all around.
So. Now, Jaylee Hayes there, the left fielder for the Tigerettes, number 20. She is another freshman out here playing, and made a great play. So now, but that brings up the top of the order.
And West, a hard luck 0 for 3, a couple hard hit balls. Had a ball that was hit down the line that was close to being what probably would have been a triple, and she takes a ball here 2-0.
So a lot of off speed still from this pitcher. A unique a follow through. She ends up almost to the Motor City dugout.
Something you don't see in softball very often.
Yeah.
At least, in the softball I've seen it. This is hit down the line, and this is going to be off the wall. Off the wall to our left to right field. West will go into second, standing up a one-out double for Mackenzie West, and he knew it was coming with how she's hit some of these balls tonight.
Yes, an absolute rope just to the left of us here into right field, and just a rope. One bounces the fence. The fence actually helps us. It didn't provide much bounce back, so the right fielder had to come all the way up to the ball. So a stand-up double for Mackenzie West, and brings up Lolo, who's had a great night tonight.
Extra base hit number 10 in just 15 games, or in just
17 games.
18 games for Mackenzie as double number 5 there.
Lolo
Here
comes.
is the pitch
Oh,
to
that's
Youngblood, and this is going to be off the wall as well.
In the air.
This will score West easily. Youngblood will go into second standing up as they trade places.
Wow.
As they hit the ball almost to the same spot. West, one bounce off the wall. Youngblood hits it right about halfway up the wall here in right center field. So back-to-back doubles. 5-2 Monroe City, bottom 6.
Nice insurance run there for the Lady Panthers. 2 absolute ropes. Lolo was about 6 feet away from a home run. Scores Mac, and now it doesn't get any easier because here comes Skylar Campbell. Skylar is 2 for 3, or actually 2 for 2 on the game with two hits and a walk.
And this is a base hit. This is extra base hit. Youngblood will score. This goes all the way to the wall. Cobble, and again, 3 straight doubles as Monroe City now takes
the 6-2
6-2 lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
These folks, we can't tell you, these 3 balls have not been within 5 feet of each other. They literally have just been 3 ropes out here to
all to right center field
and just have changed. Like Michael said, they just changed places. Huge hit for Mac, then a huge hit for Lolo, then a huge hit for Skylar. RBI number 2 there for Skylar on the night, and builds the lead to 6-2 and only 3 outs away from sharing a
couple RBIs, 2 RBIs for Youngblood, 2 RBIs for Cobble. Cobble 3 for 3. Youngblood is 3 for 4 and reached on an error. That is Cobble's 6th double, 18th RBI, I believe. And here's the pitch, and Smith fouls it, and the right.
Rachel's reached base twice. She's actually 0 for 2. Reached on an error, then walked, and then had a fly out to center, but has hit the ball very well. Very good hitter. Leads the team with almost a 500 batting average. Yes, you heard that right. Almost 500. It's hard to hit 500 in practice, let alone against live pitching.
And she might want to get a hit here because with Youngblood's 3 for 4 night, Youngblood was at 481, Smith's at 491. A little teammate bragging rights here.
Little competition.
Might want to hit here to keep that lead. And this might be good.
It might hit us.
It is right in front of us. It hits. It hits our iPod here as we were following the right center field. It hits off the wall. A double for.
No, she actually got called out at second.
Oh, she's thrown out at second, and we'll try to get set up back up again, folks.
Literally, guys, here is where it hit, right here on the fence, and we have another.
And that's a base hit for Bailey Hayes.
And a rope for Bailey. They're just flying around here, guys.
All right, hopefully we're back to steady as Rachel Smith's ball hits directly in front of us, cannot be any closer to hitting us. She gets a single and thrown out at second, but gets the RBI, and then Bailey Hayes there with a single to left as we were trying to get things set up. But Monroe now 7-2 here in the 6th inning.
Sorry for the glare, but it's the best we could do. We missed an unbelievable, it hits right here. Rachel knocks down the iPad. She actually gets thrown out at second on a bang call. We were kind of busy, and
foul ball there.
Nice rip by Riley.
I don't know if we can fix the glare.
It is what it is at this point, but
we'll do our best. But again,
good softball there. Nice hitting. We're just hitting the ball everywhere, and Riley is up to bat now. Riley's had a big night with the 2 RBIs in the top of the 3rd. 2 huge RBIs because that tied the game. We were down 2-0 at that point. The super soft comes up big. And now she's trying to get
here. 2-2 count.
Trying to get her fellow sophomore Bailey Hayes around the bases, who just had her while we were getting busy set up. Bailey Hayes just rips an absolute rope to left field for another hit for the Lady Panthers. And Bailey, with great base running right there, recognizes it's in the dirt and gets to second. And that was a heads-up play there by the sophomore Bailey Hayes to get into scoring position. Now Riley Quinn with an opportunity for her 3rd RBI of the night.
That's right, as 2-2 pitch, swinging and a miss. Got her with the off-speed pitch, and that will do it for the inning. But a big inning as the Panthers score 3 on about 4 or 5 hard-hit balls, and we will go to the 7th inning. Monroe City 3 outs from a share of the conference title as they lead this game 7-2.
And I saw somewhere is asking about the Highland score. I've not heard last Yeah, finer. Yes, we somebody needed to be athletic and stop that from happening, but that ball was hit so hard that there was no stopping that ball, and I didn't want to break any fingers reach it up because it literally was just roped by the senior Rachel Smith. And so we've got 3 big outs coming up for the Lady Panthers, a share of the conference title on the line. The last we heard, Highland is up 2-0 at South. If South can come back and win, it's an outright conference championship for the Lady Panthers if they can hold on. If not, a share, hey, a conference title is a conference title. First one in 18 years. It would be a great testament to this team, to Coach Chin, to Coach Baker, and the 4 seniors who are playing their last game at Lions Club Field.
Right. And, and it sets things up going forward again. The last time on this field for these 4 seniors, and they've had a success, just a great career. 3 of them going to be continuing and playing college ball, but the cupboard's not dry, and I think, you get the conference title tonight, we win this game, and, it just kind of gets something for the next class with, Lauren Youngblood, Carly Youngblood, the Softs of Riley Quinn, Bailey Hayes,
Danielle Fonner, Madeline Meyer coming back.
You got a lot of people coming back and a chance to, something for them to shoot out as the first pitch is ball high again.
So we got 7, 8, and 9 coming up to finish out the game. It's going to be Hackman, Howe, and Lorenzo. And Hackman is 0 for 2.
0 for 1.
0 for 1. Sack bunt.
RBI sack bunt in the second, and a line out or a fly out to Hayes in foul territory. And this is a high fly ball to left center. Quinn under it, and
nice play.
2 outs away for the Panthers now as Quinn goes a little bit into the gap and is able to make that play fairly easily.
Nice read. Really, our girls have been really well positioned throughout the night, and that's part Coach Baker and Coach Chin telling them where to go, and that's also part just being really smart softball players and getting where you need to be. So good play there by the sophomore center fielder Riley Quinn. 2 outs away.
Anna Howe, who swings and misses at strike 1. Howe has struck out and walked 0 for 1 tonight. And she struck out in the second, walked, and was caught stealing in the 5th. And
by a great throw from Rachel Smith to Skylar
the
Cobble.
Pitch, swing, and a ground ball foul down the third base line. So 0-2
she's come
count.
up swinging. Some philosophies is you're down in the last inning, you're going to take until you get a strike. She saw 2 pitches. You can't blame her. She comes up swinging.
Okay, so the 2000 conference team, that would have been Ashley Hayes. Trying to think here, some of the other ones would have been on that team. The year before we won conference, that would have been Jamie Wisdom. Jamie Quinn, I believe, was the conference player of the year in '99.
Yeah, so Ashley Hayes, Ashley Moore now went on to play at Mizzou, would have been one of the
Kelsey
leaders
Thompson,
of that team.
maybe. Nancy Quinn
Erica
was on that
Long.
team. Kelsey Kendrick was on that team. Erica Long. Probably Laura and Lynn Williams were probably playing at that time.
Definitely, probably were, yeah.
I should know that. That would have been my junior year, and I just am drawing a blank. Beth Hancock was on that team. I'm sure she was getting some pitching that year. So
great question.
Anybody want to throw in your thoughts? Again, I'm drawing a blank right now. So I'm sure, hopefully, I'll think of some as we go through here. But the pitch is
just a little high,
and I believe that makes it a full count here.
Yep. So she's
yeah, Brad saying Beth probably pitched. I think Beth and Ashley would have been your 2 pitchers that year.
And the Williams twins definitely would have been in the mix there. And Lynn, I saw Lynn out here tonight. She coaches at Holy Rosary. That's a strike right down the middle.
Jan Mayer would have been the catcher on that team. She was a good ball player.
Strikeout watching there. Great pitch by Mac West. Comes up huge. 1 out away, folks, from a conference championship. 2 down. The number 9 hitter, Alexis Lorenzo, she's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Natalie Studer, Kurt, thanks for chiming in. That would have been your senior year. Natalie Studer was a good athlete in the outfield. And first pitch swinging.
Comes up swinging again. She comes up swinging.
Yep, Melanie, there's another one. Melanie would have been on that team. Melanie was a good athlete.
Yeah, Melanie. And I'm not so sure Melanie might be here tonight watching, of course, her niece, Skylar Cobble, at her last game here at Lions Club
1
Field.
pitch, swing and a miss, and the Panthers
Mac is rolling right now.
1 pitch away, 8 strikeouts in 6 2/3 for West, as she has been dynamite, especially since the second inning when kind of got a tight strike zone, and now we are 0-2 pitch. The pitch from West. Ball high.
She climbed the ladder and she held off. So, folks, we're a strike and an out away from something that hasn't happened at Monroe City High School in 18 years. A conference championship for our Lady Panthers. 1 out, 1 strike away. Let's see what Mac West brings here with the last pitch.
7-2 is the score. Bottom 7. 1-2 pitch. Ball 2. 2-0. Lorenzo has struck out twice today, and both times have been just running up the ladder here. You know, I think a fastball just gets it.
Won, Coach Leonard said, so it'll be a share of the conference title.
And here's the 2-2 pitch.
There it is.
Swinging a foul ball out off the backstop, so she is able to stay alive. 2-2. Lorenzo.
She goes up there hacking. Give her credit. She's their designated player. She's in there to hit. And Mac West looking for strikeout number 108, I believe. 109 on the year. She's got 8 strikeouts on the night. Here we go, folks.
And she gets the sign. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. And the Monroe City Panthers have just clinched a share of the conference title for the first time since 2000. They improved their record to 15-3, and what a season thus far. And still a lot to play for this Panther team.
Yeah, great win. A gritty win. They get down 2-0 early, come back in and get 2 big runs in the third. We'll do a little post-game wrap-up here and do a scoring analysis. We're looking to see first if I heard maybe the conference trophy is here and is present, so we'll see if it comes down. But Coach Chin and Coach Baker are going to go talk. You know, they're very workmanlike about this conference championship because I think this team has much bigger goals in mind next week. They're going to find out tomorrow where we are at in districts, where our seating's at. Highland, Monroe, 1-2, lost last night to Highland, so probably looking at a 2 seed, but never know. And so we'll find out tomorrow, but regardless, districts next week, at Salisbury first Monday, and then districts. So let's recap the scoring. Michael, you want to do Macon's scoring there in the second inning, or I'll do it here. Peyton Wilborn, she reached on a walk, followed by a Sydney Miller walk, and then kind of the flukiness happens. They actually have back-to-back sack bunts for scores, scoring both Milborn and Miller. Mac is able, actually, they still had a lot of base runners on base and was able to get out of that inning and keep it to just 2-0. Then Monroe City in the third is able to come back with a big 2-run inning started by Lolo with the E4 walk to Cobble and Smith, and then Bailey Hayes, fielder's choice. It was bases loaded. The runner gets thrown out at home, and then Riley Quinn, the sophomore, comes up with a huge hit for the double, and looks like here it is. Coach Mr. Fortney, the principal here, John Fortney, is giving.
We'll turn it around here.
Here it is, folks. First time in 18 years. And again,
I can't really. As there they are, as they are celebrating, as they are holding it up. They have won the conference title, like we said, for the first time since 2000. So.
And again, very workmanlike for the Lady Panthers, and I can appreciate that. They've got bigger goals and bigger dreams for this year, and so. But kudos to them. Anytime you're hosting a trophy in the season, it's a job well done. So they tied it up 2-2 in the fourth, and then come back in the 2-2 in the third after Riley's 2 RBIs. In the fourth, come back and get 2 more runs. Led off by Madeline Meyer walk. She later scores on a Lauren Youngblood single. And then Lauren comes around on a Skylar Cobble double, and that will be the first of Skylar's 2 RBIs. And then in
2 doubles.
In the sixth, that just the flood walls open up, and just base knock after base knock. Started with Mac, huge hit, double to right center. Lauren Youngblood, right center double. Skylar Cobble, right center double. Scores Lolo with the RBI to score West. Cobble with the RBI to score Youngblood. Rachel comes up with a just absolute rope. Tries to hit us. Is about 4 feet from a home run. Scores Skylar. And then that will ultimately be the end of the scoring. But nice pick here They're getting a pick. Well-deserved, Lady Panthers. Great job. Final score 7-2. Lady Panthers. The rest off. Hopefully going to get Carly Youngblood back in the lineup and get her healthy.
I see Shirley Tribble, way to go, Lady Panthers, with a special shout-out to your granddaughter, Lauren, who, you know how good Lauren is, and she had a great game tonight. I think it'd be interesting. We do it for the football games to do a player of the game, and I think the player of the game has to be Skylar Cobble tonight. Skylar goes 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a single, walks, scores 2 runs, drives in 2 runs, brings her totals now. She leads the team now outright with 27 runs scored for the year. RBIs number 17 and 18. Great year.
And I think a close second there is Lauren Youngblood with a big night at the plate and a couple big plays in the field. But yeah, Skylar well deserving of that player of the game. Her last game here at Lions Club Field.
Youngblood also with 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. She certainly could be considered the co-player of the year. Or she goes 3 for 4. She could be the co-player of the game as well. I did see Brad Finer put that Highland is 11-9. Again, in the conference, just 1 loss. So, we'll see how that goes. By record, Monroe, and the only wild card is if Bowling Green's in our district. And I don't know what class Bowling Green is in, but Bowling Green has a very good team down there. But, I would think that Monroe City at 15-3 has a great argument. It's just whether that head-to-head loss last night is going to hold them back. We'll see.
I think Coach Chen can go in tomorrow with a very, very strong resume. The first 2 losses were to Father Talton and Columbia Hickman in an epic 16-inning game against a school that is 10 times the size of Monroe City. And then, let's special shout out Nolan Nichols. Thank you for all your service to our country. It's greatly appreciated, and thanks for taking us in these last few minutes.
Pretty good football player too.
Yeah,
He's a couple years younger than me, and he's been in the service a long time, done a lot of great work, traveled a lot of places, and I know, his wife, Melissa, who was a Pearl, shout out to her. I know it's hard on the military wives, but shout out Nolan. Thank you for that.
Thank you, buddy. So again, we've got the pictures going on now, much deserved for our Lady Panthers. So a resume for Coach Chen to go in tomorrow with an argument. The records, yes, you compare record to record. Monroe City's going to get the nod. The head-to-head last night is going to hurt.
But you also got to look at it this way. I think Palmyra might have been the team that got Highland. And if that's the case, then, Monroe, I think if Monroe can get to where the top 3, it's a 3-way kind of a round, they've all beat each other, lost to each other, then I think at that point Monroe will jump into that number 1 seed.
Yes.
So again, a lot to kind of consider there. We'll see how that goes. And
so we'll know that, and we'll obviously bring that to you Friday night. As Michael mentioned earlier, we do have Wi-Fi at Helias. Michael found that out today, so we're going to be doing Facebook Live Friday. We, of course, will be talking Panther football. We, of course, will be talking Lady Panther softball, as we always do. We're going to be talking about the Coach Lab, all defensive teams, and let me tell you, folks, if you made this team, you a stud.
Harder than and this is hard to say. I looked at it. We've kind of had a little group text, just talking about it. Again, me and Ryan will make our own teams and we'll reveal them on Friday. But this has been harder than the offense, at least in my opinion. So
very hard,
very, very difficult. And again, a lot of all-staters. I can tell you that I can't guarantee that who's going to be on the team or not, but I will promise I'll give a shout out to all the all-staters, and there's a lot of them. So again, Friday night, 6 o'clock, Facebook Live from Helias High School. We'll be on the radio again, 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Helias for that big game against Helias. And this is the stretch for a very, very tough run for the Panthers. You got Helias, the 4A school, and then you have the Clark County Palmyra end of the conference race that is probably going to determine the conference. Now that Macon has a loss to Clark, everybody but Palmyra has a loss, and Palmyra still has Macon, Clark, and Monroe. So it's going to be a very interesting end of the year, and we'll see how this goes.
So before we sign off here, guys, we talked about family, and we talked about our young athletes taking pictures. So We've got our Lady Panthers softball team taking pictures with their family members, taking pictures with little kids. They do, again, kudos to our student athletes. Kudos, Lady Panthers. Phenomenal season. It's not over. We look forward to watching next week and see how far you can advance. And, congratulations on the big win tonight. Moves them to 15-3, and more importantly, co-conference champs for the 2018 season. Kudos. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us doing it.
Yeah.
We love doing it, and congratulations to the girls, and we'll see you Friday.
See you Friday.